Once upon a time, we all know the Cinderella story, the young maiden who overcame all odds and obstacles put in her way. Then she meets the man of her dreams, and with a little help from her fairy godmother, they fall in love, get married, and they live happily ever after.
At the very height of this moment, the fulfillment of her dreams come true. Onto the screen flashes the end. But that isn't the end. It's only the beginning. It becomes more than a starry-eyed romance.
Your day-to-day world has begun. You begin to add in work, friends. You buy a house, a bigger car, then children, pets, and your life becomes full of responsibilities, financial issues, and commitments. All of these stretch and pull at your relationships and affects every area of your life.
I had that in my previous marriage. A woman I fell in love with, a house, a car, 2 wonderful children, a good job. But things crept into our marriage, and I got to the point of thinking it just isn't working out. And I began to look for something outside of the marriage.
Well, we have a question for you. Have you ever found yourself looking outward to solve your problems? You know, thinking that if only I could win the lottery or get a better job, or if only my spouse would understand me better. This is like wanting to have a fairy godmother come in and wave her magic wand and turn your pumpkin into a carriage and taking away all the worries and stress.
The reality is that there isn't some outside force or fairy godmother who will wave her magic wand and sprinkle fairy dust over you so you can have your happily ever after. But our big promise to you does resemble a magic wand and fairy dust. Our big promise to you is we will show you how you can successfully live happily ever after when you don't have a fairy godmother. We truly believe that happily ever after is not a myth, but a way of life. Whatever you put into something, you will get out of it. The way you do anything is the way you do everything. Many of you were probably raised on the popular animated movies with a happily ever after endings. But then you grew up, and as we said earlier, life happened, and it might make you feel that those fairy tale movies were a lie. But were they? What did the fairy godmother do for Cinderella anyway? Well, she created the environment for her to shine and to be the princess that she already was inside. As coaches, that's what we do for you. Create an environment for you to shine.